Hi, friends. I hope you all had a great week and are ready for our next story time in the virtual library. I've been thinking about the authors saying that they have written books since when they were in kindergarten. And last week's author talked about writing about all the funny stories that she has experienced being with kids. So I think we should all start trying to write our own stories. Let's give it a try. I think I'm going to. So, in our Hess Street Virtual Library, we are on a book journey, reading 10 books from the Forest of Reading, written by Canadian authors. I am amazed that we have so many awesome authors here in Canada, and I am so happy that we are able to be on this adventure together. The 10 books we are sharing are part of the Blue Spruce category of the Forest of Reading 2020. These are books that have been chosen especially to read with young students. If you have loved these books, when we go back to Hess, you will be able to borrow the books from the Hess Street School Library. When we have finished reading all of the 10 books, you will pick your favorite. You will vote for the book you think is the best. We will then add up all the votes to find out which book is the favorite book at Hess Street School. Here are the covers of all 10 books. Don't they look interesting? Isn't this a great adventure? I'm really enjoying sharing these 10 great Canadian books with all of you. Do you think your favorite book will be the same as mine? Do you think your favorite book will be the same as your teachers? Do you think your favorite book will be the same as your friends? We will see when we have finished all 10 books. Last week's book was Sleep Sheep by Carrie Lynn Sparrow. Duncan doesn't want to go to sleep, and he starts counting sheep to help. We have already read Emma's Gems by Anne Renaud. Emma learned from her grandpa how important it is to be generous in her life. Giraffe and Bird Together Again by Rebecca Bender. Giraffe doesn't hesitate to find and rescue his friend Bird. The Magic Boat by Kit Pearson and Catherine Ferris. With help from Piper, Ellie discovers she has her own vivid imagination. Me, Toma, and the Concrete Garden by Andrew Larson. Vincent and Toma throw dirt balls around a vacant lot, but a beautiful garden grows. Mustafa, written by Marie-Louise Gay. Mustafa moves to a new country and feels invisible, but after a while he begins to become part of his new world. A Plan for Pops by Heather Smith. When Pops gets hurt, using skills learned from Granddad and with a little help from their neighbors, Lou comes up with a plan for Pops. The Reptile Club by Maureen Fergus. When Rory starts a club, he is surprised at who arrived at the first meeting. The book this week is Sloth at the Zoo, written by Alain Becker, illustrated by Orby. One day, a sloth accidentally gets delivered to the zoo. She was supposed to be dropped off at the zoo, a much more laid-back, slow-paced place. She had been looking forward to long naps while the sun gently warmed her belly. But at the zoo, the zebras gallop so fast they leave their stripes in puddles. The monkeys climb so fast they forget to stop at the treetops. And the parrots fly so fast their tails draw rainbows across the sky. When the sloth tries to make friends, nobody has any time, until the sloth meets a creature who's a little more her speed, and everyone stops to notice. This is a surprising, delightful, and funny picture book about slowing down to enjoy the little things and making time for what matters. The author is the person who writes the story in a book. Helene Becker is a best-selling author of more than 90 books for children and young adults. She is a multi-time winner of the Silver Birch Award. Her books have been translated into 11 languages and are sold in dozens of countries around the world. A New York native, Helene has lived happily in Toronto for more than 20 years. She shares her home with her husband and a Hungarian sheepdog named Ella. The illustrator is the person who draws the pictures in a book. Born in Quebec City, Orby has lived in Quebec her whole life. She has worked as an illustrator for over 10 years. She regularly visits various schools to offer workshops sharing her passion of illustrating books and comics with students. It's a part of her job that she loves the most and which greatly inspires her. While you are enjoying the book, I would like you to think about, have you ever gone somewhere that was very different than what you expected? What do you do when you don't have anything in common with other people? We are very lucky because the author is going to read the story Sloth at the Zoo to us on YouTube.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to my humble office. I am Helene Becker, and I'm going to be reading to you today from Sloth at the Zoo by Helene Becker, illustrated by Orby, and published by Owl Kids Books. I hope you like it. One bright day, a truck whizzed up to the front gate of the zoo. There was a new animal being delivered. It was a sloth. You can see the pictures here. Okay, the zoom. Look, zoom. It's not a zoo. It's a zoom. The zoom was very fast. And the sloth was supposed to be delivered to the zoo for sleepy animals. Is a sloth a fast animal or a slow animal? You got it. It took a long time for the zookeepers to get the sloth out of the truck. First, they had to wake her up. Then she needed a sip of water. Everyone, let's take a sip of water along with Sloth. And a bit of a stretch, too. She also needed that. So let's take a stretch, everyone. Lift up your arm. Oh, that's good. A nice stretch. Now the other side. Oh, there we go. Wonderful. When she finally looked around, the sloth was perplexed. That means puzzled. You see, she thought her new home would be pretty laid back. There she is, right? This was her old home at the zoo, or the one she thought she was going to zoo. But this was the zoom. I'm not zooming and turning the pages, am I? This was the zoom, not the zoo. At the zoo, the zebras galloped so fast they left their stripes in puddles. Look at that. Can you see the zebra's puddles? Can you see the zebra that's naked? Ooh. After a few weeks, the sloth was ready to make a new friend. She called out, "Hello, cheetah? Where are you going in such a rush?" And if you notice, what's happening to the cheetah's spots? A bit like the zebra, isn't it? "No time to chat. Busy, busy, busy," said the cheetah. "Don't you have anything to do?" The sloth nodded. "Of course. I have to listen to the shh, shh, shh of the wind in the leaves. A few weeks later, the sloth called to the monkeys. Hello. Would you like to hang with me? Can't stop now, the monkeys screeched. We're running ever so late. They raced up and down and round the jungle gym. Woo! Anybody here like a monkey? Woo! I am sometimes, but sometimes I'm like a sloth. The sloth shrugged her shaggy shoulders. Let's shrug our shaggy shoulders. Then she chose a comfy spot where the sun's golden rays would tickle her belly all day long. Let's just take a moment and close our eyes and imagine what would it feel like having the sun's golden rays tickling your belly. Wouldn't that feel nice and calming and lovely? Ah, oh, I feel it right now. I feel a little better. A few weeks after that, the sloth flagged down the zebras as they zipped by. I like your stripes, she called. They whinnied their thanks without even stopping. Oh, I think that's rude, and they're showing a zebra butt. Oh, very impolite zebras. The sloth sighed. Let's all sigh. She shook her shaggy head. Shake your shaggy head. No one here has any time. Look how sad she looks. Quite so, a voice replied. The sloth looked up. Nothing. The sloth looked down. There, cupped in a philodendron leaf, was a snail. Can you see? Look at those eyes on the stalks. I don't like snails, except for this one. Why, hello down there, said the sloth. Nice to meet you. There was a long silence. Then the sloth said, then the snail said, since you don't seem too busy, perhaps you'd care to have a snack with me. There was another long, comfortable pause. I'd be delighted, said the sloth, but this may take a while. That's because the sloth is at the top of the tree and the snail is at the bottom of the tree. I'm in no hurry, replied the snail. It took all day for the sloth to make her way down to the snail. That's a slow-moving sloth, let me tell you. It's almost as slow as a rider. When the sloth arrived at the snail's leaf, they shared a bite. Let's share a bite. Then they shared a cool drink. And as the setting sun adorned the sky, they shared a contented sigh. Now we'll do a nice big contented sigh. That really makes me feel good. The monkeys swung over. What are you doing? Sloth offered them some iced tea. Next came the cheetah. Snail offered her a sweet green leaf to nibble on. Mind if we join you? Asked the zebras. Everyone shuffled over to make room. And as day became night and night became day, the animals at the zoo slowed down. Just long enough, that is, to become fast friends. They're having a nice time together, enjoying each other's company, just enjoying the beautiful day like I hope you're doing today. So thank you very much for reading with me, Sloth at the Zoo. I had a lot of fun writing this book, but I have to tell you a secret about it too. It took me 14 years to write this book. That's pretty slow, isn't it? Makes sense for this book, but it took that long because it needed to be just right. And I hope you'll think it's just right. I have one other thing I'd like to share with you today, and that is a very big secret. I'm not wearing any pants. I know, isn't that crazy? But you can only see me from here up, so have a good time. I hope you have a good time reading Sloth at the Zoo and all of the other books that you're reading, and enjoy each and every moment of each and every day. Thank you. Bye.
Well, that was a great story. It was very funny. Did you think it was funny? What was your favorite part? Is there a part you didn't like as much? Who was your favorite character? Let's talk about what we learned. When the transport van arrives, a new group of animals are delivered. What animal do you think will arrive at the zoo today? How about tomorrow? In the book, Sloth at the Zoo, some animals move quickly and some animals move slowly. Would you rather move fast like a cheetah, a parrot, or a monkey, or slow like a sloth or a snail? In the book Sloth at the Zoo, Sloth had a very strange first day at the zoo. What if Sloth wrote a letter home about his experiences? What do you think he'd write? Use your imagination and write a letter to Sloth's family, saying what his first day at the zoo is like. Using a cardboard, a paperclip, and pencil crayons, make a spinner like the one shown above. Then take turns to spin on an animal. Try to move and sound like your animal. Does it move very slow or very fast? Does it run, jump, slide, or fly? Does it move on 2 legs or 4 legs? Does it have a deep voice or a high squeaky voice? Does it make long sounds or short sounds? In the book Sloth at the Zoo, Sloth reads a pamphlet about how life at the zoo would be restful and relaxing. The advertisement persuaded him that the zoo would be his perfect new home. So create a poster to persuade a new animal what the zoo would be like. Would it be a great place for them to live? Well, everybody, that is our work for this week from the Huff Street Virtual Library. I have really enjoyed being with you again this week, and I hope you liked our story, Sloth at the Zoo, as much as I did, and our follow-up activities. Have a great week. Be happy, stay safe, and enjoy reading lots of books.